Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut to the chase. Life was never designed to be easy. Life was given for a reason. We exist for a reason. We were all put on this earth to do great things, but the challenges, they have to happen. They must happen, and they will happen. But we must carry on no matter what. What do you do with this life that has been given to you? How do you face the circumstances that are always brought before you? Do you just give up, or do you stand up and do you relentlessly push through? Those are the questions that we all must ask ourselves every single day when we are inevitably faced with adversity. Let's be honest, no one said it was supposed to be easy, because in reality, it's not. Hard times create tough masses, and tough masses create tough characters, and you've got to carry on no matter the cost. So when it gets tough, you've got to get even tougher. Hard times, what do? How do we get through them? Do we just stress and give in? Or do we take a much needed rest from it all? Do we know how to turn it up, or do we know how to turn it off? When I say turn it up, I mean turn it up right now and fight the good fight. I say go through these challenges, face them head on, and say I got this, I will, I must do, but I mustn't give up. You don't have the right to give up, and neither do I. The unbreakable mindset. Listen closely, we are all living in some truly difficult times right now, and not too many people have the tenacity or the grit to carry on that good fight every single day. We are all fighting for our lives each and every day, and we are all taking one single step forward. Sometimes when we go forward, we inevitably get knocked back, but getting knocked down or getting knocked back never means you stop living. It never means you stop growing, and it most certainly doesn't mean that you don't carry on. You are always going to have challenges. You are always going to be tested, but do you have the capacity? Do you have the mental capacity to accept all of it, but to never, ever accept defeat? You don't give up because it's hard. You don't give up because it's challenging. You do not ever give up on you. You keep on going. You keep on thriving. You keep relentlessly pushing forward. What do? How do you live? How do you sleep at night knowing that you had a chance to do better, but you just gave up? You didn't think you were good enough. You didn't think you had what it truly took. You let all the naysayers tell you that you didn't have it, and you let all the negativity surround you. You let doubt and fear control you, and you let those weak excuses kill you. Now what do? You have to get up. Stop sleeping on your dreams. Stop sleeping on your desires, and stop sleeping on your passion. Just get up and live, work, and then work hard. You simply cannot be soft, and you can never be weak and expect greatness to come out of you. You can't expect anything truly good to come from nothing. If you're not giving, then you're going to get nothing. Now get up, do your work, and live your life, and live it hard. Too hard for me. I don't know if I can do it. You don't know too much, do you? You don't know enough about yourself because you've always believed every negative thing that's ever been said about you, but you haven't sought the truth within you. You didn't understand that you were made for a reason. You didn't understand that you had the power within you. You let everything else stop you and stop you down because it's just too hard for you. So what if it's hard? Then get stronger. If it's tough, then get tougher. Don't cry. Don't say that you don't have it, and don't you dare say that you can't stand it. You have got to stand up, and you have got to show up. Sometimes we are all going to have to simply deal with the circumstances and the many challenges that we inevitably face, but our lives matter. The work we apply to what we want out of our lives truly matter. But you can't just say it's going to happen overnight, because it never does. The power of your journey. This journey you are on is a very powerful thing. The path that you've chosen was never designed to be easy. Some people want it easy, but I dare you to go the hard way. I dare you to go down that path that so many others will always refuse to go. I dare you to show up and show the world that you have something special and unique about you. I dare you to show the world something that they have never seen before in you. I dare you to stand up, breathe life into your purpose, and I dare you to do it. I dare you to be strong. I dare you to be a man, and I dare you to be a woman. I dare you to be the one that they never even knew existed. All you have to do is just stand on what you do, pain, passion, focus, and faith. You put it all together, and you will undoubtedly become an unstoppable force. All you have to do is go after your work. All you have to do is just live your life. All you have to do is understand that when you fail, it doesn't mean you stop. It simply means you learn, you grow, and you then go about your business, because that's all this life is all about. Business is not fair, but business must carry on. Life isn't fair, but life is a beautiful gift. All you have to do is live it, accept all of the challenges, but never give up. Embrace the suck and keep on fighting forward. Life is going to be hard, I assure you of that, but you don't stop. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to live. And every day that you breathe is a chance for you to make a difference. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to stand up. Every day that you breathe is a chance for you to make a difference within yourself. Every day that you breathe is a new opportunity for you to fight. And every day that you breathe is an opportunity for you to let the whole world know that you are about your business. Don't give up, go for it and live for it. Don't let no one tell you that you're not good or that you're not good enough. Why believe in something if you don't believe in you first? Why believe in other people that don't even believe in you? Why depend on the opinions of others that don't even have one about themselves? You need to use that to motivate you to do the most with yourself. The importance of action consistency. Life, every day you live, every day you breathe, you are above the ground. You're walking the path and you're doing the things that are necessary to get you to the next level and then beyond. That's what you have to do. You have to keep moving forward. The moment you doubt, you take a step too far back and not enough forward, and you will ultimately lose. You will ultimately lose yourself because you have given up. You will lose yourself and you will never ever find your way back because you simply gave up too soon. You will lose yourself because you didn't think that you had it anymore. Remember that battles are meant to be fought, and you will fight each battle of your life, and some you will win and some you will lose. But if your heart is beating and if your brain is functioning, and if your eyes are open, then get out there and fight for your life. It's hard, deal with it. It's challenging, deal with it. You don't think you've got it. I say you do got it. I say you must have it. I say you will have it. I'm telling you right now, if you are not focused, you are never going to see all of the goodness and the greatness that you possess within yourself. But greatness does not come overnight. Greatness requires hard work, and hard work is the only way to get it. There's simply no time for being lazy. There's no time to say, I'm sorry, and there's no time to say, I can't go any further. When you truly want to adapt, you have to adapt to every single situation, and you must understand that you can endure it. Attitude adjustments are often necessary, so when these things happen and when certain circumstances come into your life, you must continue to believe that, hey, it can only last for so long, and this too shall pass. Let the hard work begin. Let your testimony be the testimony. When you are tested, be the testimony. When you've been pushed back even harder. When you feel that you can't carry on, feel deep within yourself that you are alive and that you have a job to do. It's all business, never personal. Be productive, be strong, be powerful, because hard work never quits. From the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. Finding your inner peace power. The time has finally come for you to disappear and to finally get to work. You've been distracted for far too long. You've been surrounded by too much negativity, and you've let yourself go. You have not put yourself in a position to do better so that you can be better. It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to disappear, and it's time for you to get focused. Sometimes you just have to escape and get away from people. Now, I'm not telling you to get away from the people that truly matter in your life. I'm telling you to get away from the people that are holding you back, that are keeping you down, that are not lifting you up, and that are not giving you the necessary strength that you need to stay focused, to stay driven, and to stay disciplined. We don't always have to be around people to get things done, right? We must at times separate ourselves from absolutely everyone else so that we can become more focused and so that we can become more in tune with ourselves. We get lost, we feel alone, and we feel that we must have a need to have someone else validate who we are inside. But we truly don't need that at all. What we need is to pay more attention to what matters in our lives and what we must do as individuals to make us better so that we have the mental fortitude to carry on and to do what is right for ourselves. But you can't ever work productively if you're always distracted, if you're angry, if you're sad, and if you're feeling miserable. So what is it that you need to do? Perhaps you need to just stop watching things on television that may be distracting you. Perhaps you need to stop showing up to work, letting other people get inside of your head and your heart and taking you away from yourself. Or maybe you just need to take a quiet walk and find some peace deep inside your mind. Work, effort, and purpose. This is what you really need. This is how you get through it. But if you've got a bunch of negative noise surrounding you, and if you've got a bunch of negative things happening all around you, you will never be able to see that promised land. You'll never be able to see the truth that lies within yourself. There's no reason for you to be down on yourself. There's no reason for you to feel sad about who you are. I understand that we all have the tendency of thinking that we're somehow less, but in reality, we are so much more, and we must believe in ourselves, and we must escape the negativity, the doubt, and the endless evil. We have to be positive within ourselves because there are going to be days that you will have to face things that aren't going to be what you want them to be. There are going to be days when you just don't feel that you have the strength to carry on, and there are going to be days when you just want to give up, but you know that you simply cannot. You must understand that you have to escape. Just get away so that you can work a little bit harder. Get away from the things that aren't going to give you what you truly need and run away from those things that have held you back and made you feel that you didn't have the strength to come back. You've got to believe and know that there's something truly special about you. But if you're not willing to separate yourself from all of these things that are surrounding you, all these negative people, all this negative energy, and all of these doubts, you're never going to see it. You're never going to see your true potential. You're never going to see your strength, and you're never going to truly understand who you are. You're never going to truly know your truth because you've been far too busy living a lie. Escape, get away, find a place that no one else can find you, find a place within yourself that no one else can touch, and find a place of peace and harmony. Be able to recognize your true purpose and be able to believe once again in you, even when no one else does. Be the person that believes in you yourself. No one deserves to take that happiness from you. I don't give people that much power, and don't give negative energy that much power. You are powerful. You are strong. And you've got the capabilities. You've got to have the will, and you've got to have the wisdom to stand on what you truly believe in. Make no mistake, you will always be under attack. Someone is always coming after you. Someone doesn't want to see you happy, and someone will undoubtedly want to take you out of the game. But you are stronger than that. You have more to give than you do to lose. Give it all you've got. Believe in yourself and work towards all the greatness that you possess within you. Look up and see your true potential. See what you are capable of and know what you are capable of and fight for what you are capable of and just keep moving forward. Your business, it's work. Your life, it's work. Your purpose, it's work. But you've got to know how to escape, how to get away from the things that are holding you back. If you truly want to see the absolute best version of yourself, put yourself in a better position, put yourself in a higher position, and don't make it out that you're better than anyone else. No one said that you're better than anyone, but you can be the very best version of yourself as long as you truly believe in yourself. Keep your mind focused on what makes you better and keep your mind focused on what makes you stronger. Don't you ever dare let anyone get you out of your game. This is the fight of your life, and you have to work, you have to trust it, and you have to stand on it. You will not bow down. You will not give up. You will work, you will push, and you will give everything you have for today and for all of the rest of your life. Be productive, be strong, and from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, there is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you got something to fall back on, honey, but I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on if I'm going to fall. I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. If I figure at least this way, I'll see what I'm going to hit. Without consistency, you'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test was 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with the pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big, but remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. You've got to take risks, and I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. Perfect role for me, I thought, except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing. I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition and the next audition and the next audition. I prayed, but I continued to fail and fail and fail. But it didn't matter because you know what? There's an old saying. You hang around the barbershop long enough, sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break. And I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30th fall. The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed, but do you have the guts to fail? If you don't fail, you don't succeed. You're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying to get something you never had. You have to do something you never did. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential, the ghost of the ideas you never acted on, the ghost of the talents you didn't use. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, we came to you because you could have brought us to life, they say. And now we have to go to the grave together. So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people, because remember this, you got to get out there. You got to give it everything you got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are theologians, nurses, sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have patience. Some of you have kindness. Some of you have love. Some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have right now? Here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called cardiac morphogenesis. I couldn't read it. I couldn't say it. I sure couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I was a 1.8 GPA, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon, and there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked in the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me, and every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and said something. She said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak the truth to millions of people." And in the years that followed, just as that woman prophesied, I have traveled the world and I've spoken to millions of people through my movies. Millions who up till this day couldn't see me. Who up till this day I couldn't see while I was talking to them. And they couldn't see me, they could only see the movie. They couldn't see the real me, but I see you today and I'm encouraged by what I see. And I'm strengthened by it. Because taking risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you got. And when you fall throughout life, remember this, fall forward. Have you ever felt a burning desire, a yearning so deep it consumes you, a hunger for something more, something beyond the horizon of your current reality? That, my friends, is the spark of potential, the fire within waiting to be ignited. We are not merely talking about motivation today. We are talking about igniting a revolution within yourselves, a revolution of action, perseverance, and unwavering belief in your own power. Imagine a vast, uncharted territory within you, teeming with possibilities, brimming with untapped strength and unrealized dreams. The key to unlocking this hidden landscape, the key to realizing your full potential lies within your grasp, the raw, untamed power of motivation. We often stand in awe of the accomplishments of others, sometimes dismissing their success as luck, good fortune, or circumstance. But what truly separates those who achieve greatness from those who merely dream is not some magical formula, some secret ingredient, but the burning fire of motivation that fuels their every step, the relentless pursuit of their goals, the unwavering belief in their ability to overcome any obstacle. This fire, this driving force is not exclusive to the chosen few. It resides within each and every one of us, waiting to be unleashed. Motivation is the engine that drives us, the fuel that propels us forward. It's the force that pushes us to get out of bed in the morning, to strive for excellence in all that we do, to persevere even when the odds are stacked against us, when the road ahead seems dark and treacherous. It's the defining difference between passively dreaming of a better life and actively building one brick by brick that day. It's the catalyst that transforms wishful thinking into concrete action, turning dreams into tangible realities. What fuels this powerful engine, this internal combustion of the human spirit? It's a complex interplay of factors, a deep-seated, almost primal desire for growth and self-improvement, a clearly defined vision of the future we wish to create, and the unwavering determination to overcome any challenge, any obstacle that stands in our way. It's the hunger to learn, to expand our knowledge and understanding of the world around us, the passion to create, to bring our unique visions to life, and the courage to step outside our comfort zones, to embrace the unknown, to venture into the uncharted territories of our own potential. Reflect for a moment on the times you felt truly motivated, the times you felt that fire burning within you, propelling you forward with an unstoppable force. What was it that ignited that spark? Was it a personal goal, a burning desire to prove yourself to the world, or perhaps a deep-seated need to make a difference, to leave your mark on the world? Whatever the source, that motivation propelled you to action, empowering you to push beyond your perceived limitations and achieve something extraordinary, something you never thought possible. Motivation is not merely about fleeting feelings of inspiration or enthusiasm. It's about translating those feelings into tangible action, into concrete steps towards your goals. It's about consistently showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when the motivation wanes and the challenges seem insurmountable. Because the journey towards greatness, the path to achieving your full potential, is not paved with ease and comfort. It is paved with perseverance, dedication, and unwavering commitment. Motivation isn't a fleeting emotion, a temporary surge of energy. It's a sustained commitment to the journey, a relentless pursuit of your goals, even in the face of adversity, setbacks, and inevitable failures. It's about understanding that challenges are not roadblocks, but rather stepping stones, opportunities for growth and learning. It's about developing the resilience to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and continue moving forward with renewed determination, with an even stronger resolve to succeed. Remember the story of the woman diagnosed with MC, facing debilitating pain and fatigue, a daily battle against her own body? She could have easily succumbed to despair, retreated into the shadows of her illness. But fueled by an unwavering love for her daughter and a burning desire to set an example of resilience, she chose a different path. She pushed through the pain, showing up to work day after day, not just to earn a living, but to model the power of perseverance, the indomitable spirit of the human will. She refused to let her illness define her. She chose to define herself by her strength, her courage, and her unwavering commitment to her family. Her story is not just a tale of individual triumph. It's a powerful testament to the human spirit's incredible capacity to overcome adversity, to find strength in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. It's a resounding reminder that true strength lies not in avoiding the inevitable trials and tribulations of life, but in facing them head on with unwavering determination, with an unyielding belief in our ability to persevere. It's about embracing the obstacles, not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for growth, knowing that they are the very stepping stones that will lead us to our ultimate destination. Motivation is not some grand, abstract concept reserved for the elite few. It's a practical tool, a powerful force that we can cultivate and integrate into our daily lives, into every aspect of our being. It's about making conscious choices, adopting positive habits, and consistently taking small, deliberate steps towards our goals, one day at a time. It's about building a foundation of positive momentum, one brick at a time, until we reach the summit of our aspirations. Begin by identifying your why, your core purpose, your driving force. What is it that truly motivates you, that ignites that fire within your soul? What are you truly passionate about? What impact do you want to make on the world, on the lives of those around you? Once you have a clear understanding of your purpose, of your why, you can begin to align your actions with your values and goals, creating a synergy that will propel you forward with unstoppable force. Develop a routine, a daily structure that supports your goals, that nurtures your motivation. This could include setting aside dedicated time for learning, for acquiring new skills, for practicing your craft, or for working towards a personal project that sets your soul on fire. Break down large, seemingly overwhelming goals into smaller, more manageable steps, creating a roadmap for success that you can follow one step at a time. And most importantly, celebrate your progress along the way, no matter how small it may seem, recognizing and acknowledging the small victories that pave the path to greater achievements. Surround yourself with positive influences, with people who inspire you, who challenge you to grow, who support your journey without judgment or reservation. Connect with individuals who believe in your potential, who see the greatness within you, even when you struggle to see it yourself. Seek out mentors, individuals who have walked the path before you, who can offer guidance, encouragement, and invaluable wisdom gleaned from their own experiences. Goals provide direction and focus. They are the compass that guides us through the turbulent waters of life, the beacon that illuminates our path forward. They give us something to strive for, something to measure our progress against, a tangible representation of our aspirations. Without clear goals, we are like ships adrift at sea, tossed about by the ever-changing winds of circumstance with no clear destination in sight. Take the time to define your goals, to articulate your aspirations. What do you want to achieve in your career, your relationships, your personal life? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Write down your goals, make them specific and measurable, and create a detailed plan of action that will guide you towards their realization. But goals alone are not enough. We also need a strong why, a compelling reason, a deep-seated purpose that fuels our motivation and sustains us through the inevitable challenges and setbacks that we will encounter along the way. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? What impact will achieving it have on my life and the lives of others? What difference will it make in the world? The time for action is not tomorrow, not next week, not next year. The time for action is now. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect circumstances, for they may never come. Start where you are with what you have and take that first step, however small it may seem. Embrace the challenges, knowing that they are not roadblocks, but rather opportunities for growth, the very crucible in which greatness is forged. I challenge you today, not just to listen to these words, but to embody them, to internalize them, and to translate them into concrete action. I challenge you to step outside your comfort zone, to push beyond your self-imposed limitations, and to unleash the untapped potential that resides within you, waiting to be discovered. Don't be afraid to fail, for failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary stepping stone on the path towards achieving it. It is through our failures, through our mistakes, that we learn, that we grow, that we become stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever before. The journey may be long and arduous, fraught with challenges and setbacks, but the rewards, both intrinsic and extrinsic, are immeasurable. The fire within you, the spark of your potential, is waiting to be ignited. Embrace it, nurture it, fan the flames of your passion, and let it guide you towards a life of purpose, fulfillment, and unwavering belief in your own power. The world is waiting to witness your greatness, to see the unique contributions that only you can make. Now go out there and make it happen. The power is within you. Unleash it. What would you do if you knew with absolute certainty that the only thing standing between you and the life you've always dreamed of was your willingness to try, to keep going even when it feels like the world is pressing down on you? Imagine yourself on the other side of your struggles, having tried. What does that version of you look like? What do they feel? Hold on to that image, because today I want to take you on a journey that could lead you closer to becoming that person. Let me share a story. There was once a young man named Elias. He grew up in a small, forgotten town where dreams were seen as luxuries, not rights. Every day, Elias walked to work at a factory. His life was predictable, ordinary, and if you asked him, a little uninspired. But Elias had a fire inside him, one he kept hidden from the world. Late at night, when the town was asleep, he sketched designs for machines he hoped to build one day. Yet every morning that fire was dimmed by self-doubt. Who am I to dream of greatness? He'd ask himself. But one evening, something changed. Elias overheard a conversation between two strangers in a coffee shop. One of them said, "The life you want is on the other side of a few hard conversations with yourself and with the world." Those words stuck with him. They haunted him. What if he was the one holding himself back? That night, Elias resolved to try. And though the road was rocky, filled with failures, setbacks, and moments of crushing doubt, he pressed on. Today, Elias runs a company that builds machines to improve lives around the globe. His story is a testament to one simple truth. You don't have to be extraordinary to start, but you have to start to become extraordinary. The enemy within. For so many of us, the greatest obstacle isn't the external world. It's not the lack of resources or the challenges that life throws our way. It's the voice inside our heads that whispers, "You're not good enough." We all have that voice. It tells us to stay in bed, to take it easy, to avoid the discomfort of growth. That voice, my friends, is fear. And fear has a singular purpose: to keep you in the known, in the safe, in the familiar. But here's the paradox. Growth cannot exist without discomfort. Imagine the first time you learned to ride a bicycle. Do you remember how terrifying it was? The wobbling, the falls, the scraped knees. Yet once you push through that fear, you gain freedom. Life operates the same way. The greatest rewards are reserved for those who face their fears head on and push beyond them. The myth of motivation. We often hear people say, I'm just not motivated today. Motivation is fleeting. It's like a spark, bright and exciting, but short-lived. What you need is discipline, the steady engine that keeps you moving forward when motivation fades. Discipline is waking up early to work on your goals, even when you'd rather sleep. It's showing up to the gym, to your job, to your relationships, even when you're not in the mood. Because discipline builds habits, and habits shape your destiny. Ask yourself this: what would happen if you relied less on how you felt in the moment and more on the commitments you've made to yourself? That's where transformation happens. Discipline isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about getting up one more time and you fall down. It's about trying again tomorrow, even if today didn't go as planned. The power of perspective. We've all had bad days, days when nothing seems to go right, and it feels like the universe is conspiring against us. But what if I told you that perspective, the lens through which you view your circumstances, can change everything? Let's go back to Elias for a moment. There were days when his designs failed, when people laughed at his ideas, when he questioned whether he was wasting his time. But instead of seeing failure as a dead end, Elias saw it as a stepping stone. Each failure taught him something. Each setback prepared him for the next challenge. Perspective is a choice. You can choose to see obstacles as insurmountable or as opportunities to grow. You can choose to let failure define you or refine you. Remember this: the story you tell yourself about your life becomes your reality. So tell a story of resilience, of learning, of relentless pursuit. The strength of community. No one achieves greatness alone. Behind every success story is a network of mentors, friends, and supporters who believed in that person even on the days they couldn't believe in themselves. Seek out those people. Surround yourself with individuals who challenge you, inspire you, and hold you accountable. And don't forget to be that person for someone else. The greatest gift you can give is belief in someone else's potential, belief in their ability to rise. But be prepared for loneliness too. The road to greatness can be isolating at times. There will be moments when you feel like no one understands your journey. In those moments, remember, the most extraordinary paths are often the least crowded. Action over perfection. Too often we wait for the perfect moment to start. We wait until we feel ready, until we've gathered every resource, until the stars align. But perfection is a mirage. It's an illusion that keeps us stuck. The truth is there is no perfect time. There is only now. Start messy, start scared, start unsure, but start, because every step you take brings you closer to clarity, to confidence, to success. The call to action. So here's my challenge to you. When you leave here today, take one step, just one, toward your dream. It doesn't have to be monumental. It could be sending that email you've been putting off, signing up for that class, or simply writing down your goals. But take that step, then take another tomorrow and another the next day. Because here's the secret: the small things you do consistently every day will define your life far more than the big things you do occasionally. Success isn't built in a day, it's built daily. The final word: as I stand here looking out at all of you, I see limitless potential. Each one of you has a unique gift, a purpose that only you can fulfill. Don't let fear, doubt, or the opinions of others rob you of that gift. The world needs your light, your ideas, your passion. Remember Elias. Remember his journey from self-doubt to self-belief. And remember that the same fire that burned inside him burns inside you. Stoke it. Nurture it. Protect it. Because one day when you look back on your life, you won't regret the risks you took, the dreams you chased, or the battles you fought. You'll only regret the chances you didn't take. So rise, my friends. Rise above your fears, your limitations, your excuses. Rise to meet the version of yourself that you've always known you could be. The world is waiting for you. The question is, are you ready to show up? Let's get to work. What if I told you there's a single word, a single concept that holds the key to unlocking your full potential? A word that can ignite your passion, fuel your perseverance, and propel you towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. That word is why. We live in a world obsessed with what and how. What are your goals? How will you achieve them? But rarely do we stop to ask the most important question: why? Why do you do what you do? What's the driving force behind your ambitions? What's the fire that burns within your soul? Because without a strong why, without a deep-seated purpose, your journey towards success will be like a ship without a rudder, tossed aimlessly by the winds of circumstance. You might have the talent, the skills, the resources, but without a clear destination, without a compelling why, you'll find yourself drifting, lost in a sea of unfulfilled potential. Think about it. How many times have you started something with great enthusiasm only to lose momentum and eventually abandon it altogether? How many New Year's resolutions have gathered dust in the attic of your good intentions? The reason isn't a lack of ability, it's a lack of purpose. It's the absence of a powerful why. We see the symptoms of this purposelessness all around us, people chasing fame and fortune, seeking external validation to fill the void within. They crave the spotlight, the applause, the material possessions, believing that these things will bring them happiness. But what happens when they reach the summit, when they achieve the superficial goals they've been striving for? Often they're left feeling empty, disillusioned, wondering, is this all there is? Because true fulfillment doesn't come from external achievements, it comes from internal alignment. It comes from connecting with your why, with the deep-seated purpose that gives your life meaning and direction. Think about the true giants of history, the individuals who have left an indelible mark on the world. Martin Luther King Jr. wasn't driven by a desire for personal recognition. He was fueled by a dream of equality and justice for all. Mother Teresa didn't seek fame or fortune. She devoted her life to serving the poorest of the poor, driven by a profound love and compassion for humanity. Gandhi wasn't motivated by power or prestige. He led a nonviolent revolution inspired by a vision of a free and independent India. These individuals weren't chasing superficial goals. They were driven by a powerful why, a purpose that transcended their own self-interest. And it's not just the iconic figures of history who exemplify the power of why. Look around you. Look at the people in your own life who are truly thriving, who are making a difference, who are living with passion and purpose. What sets them apart is not their talent or their skills alone. It's their unwavering commitment to their why. It's the fire that burns within them, the driving force that propels them forward, even in the face of adversity. Think about the athletes who push their bodies to the limit, enduring grueling training regimens and overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. What keeps them going? It's not just desire to win, it's their why. It's the dream they've held since childhood, the desire to honor their family, the community, the burning passion to prove that they can achieve the impossible. Consider the entrepreneurs who pour their heart and soul into building their businesses, working tirelessly through long nights and weekends, facing rejection and setbacks with unwavering determination. What fuels their perseverance? It's their why. It's the vision they have for their company, the desire to create something innovative and impactful, the passion to make a difference in the world. The power of why isn't limited to grand ambitions and world-changing endeavors. It's equally relevant in our everyday lives. What's your why for getting up in the morning? What's your why for going to work, for raising your family, for pursuing your hobbies and passions? When you connect with your why, even the most mundane tasks become infused with meaning and purpose. So how do you discover your why? It's not something you find on a Google search or in a self-help book. It's something you uncover within yourself. It requires introspection, self-reflection, and a willingness to delve into the depths of your heart and soul. Ask yourself the tough questions. What truly matters to you? What are your core values? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Don't be afraid to explore different possibilities. Experiment with new activities. Connect with inspiring individuals and step outside of your comfort zone. The more you explore, the closer you'll get to discovering the why that resonates with your deepest self. And once you found your why, hold on to it tightly, write it down, share it with others. Make it the foundation of every decision you make. Let it be the guiding principle that shapes your life's journey. Because when you live a life driven by purpose, when you connect with your why, you unleash a power within yourself that you never knew existed. You become unstoppable. You become a force for good in the world. You become the best version of yourself. So go out there, discover your why, and ignite your passion. The world is waiting for you. Fuel your body, mind, workout motivation for peak performance. Your mouth is a creative weapon. It's not a tool for distributing excuses. The first sign of a loser is an excuse. Champions take full responsibility, good or bad, for their outcomes. The world, one time what you're going to, and that's it. Spend less time talking and more time grinding. Think like a champion. Speak like a champion, and then walk it out. Grind 120 all day, every day. Stop making excuses. Champions make adjustments, not excuses. Every time you justify being average, you invited an enemy. Mediocrity is a dream killer. Your trainer, your teacher, your foes is not the problem. It's your consistency. You got to make a decision. How bad do you want it? Average is on the left. Success is on the right. You got to choose which one you want. A champion's work doesn't officially begin until pain arrives. You see, greatness is right on the other side of pain. So what are you running from it for? You say you want to be successful, then push through it. Stop making excuses and go get it. Very few battles are won under ideal circumstances. So you got to simulate and practice the unknown so that the unexpected will not derail you every morning. When you get up, ask yourself, how can I put myself in a place where I'll be uncomfortable? See, you have to master the unknown. You've got to master your fears. You've got to master the unexpected. So when it happens, you are prepared. Champions can push through and keep going with everyone else around. They have immersed themselves in pain so often that they have become immune to it. Greatness is on the other side of pain. Go get it. The more you expose yourself to pain, the more comfortable you will become in its presence. A champion's workout doesn't officially start until pain arrives. Everything else is just a warm up. A boxer can be the best technician in the world, but if he gets in the ring and the first time he gets hit, he falls apart, he's not going to be a champion. I tell you that. See, in life is just like that with us. We're good until we get hit in the face. But what separates champions from the rest is when they get hit, they keep coming. When you hit them a second time, they get strong. And by that third time that life hits you and you're still standing, the world will know. There's a champion in the ring. How bad do you want to be successful? Do you want it bad enough to get hit in the face? Because I tell you right now, that's what life's going to do to you. It's going to hit you when you least expect it. When you got your guard down, how will you respond? Refuse to let the world break you. Show life what a champion looks like. I'm Billy Allsbrooks, blessed and unstoppable. What kind of life do you want to live? Success is a choice. It's a decision that only you can make for you. First comes the choice, then comes the commitment. Are you willing to commit to doing what it takes to go where you want to go? A lot of people say they want to be successful, but they struggle and they stumble on that commitment part. A lot of times, the only way we will make that commitment is we have to hit rock bottom. We have to get so sick and tired of feeling the way we do before we'll ever take the action needed to crawl up out of that pit. I think you're ready. I think you're ready and you wouldn't be listening to me right now. I think you know that you have greatness on the inside of you and you just need somebody to speak over your life, and that's what I'm going to do. Right now, I speak greatness over you, a rise champion. I'm speaking to somebody out there. The reason you feel so uncomfortable on the inside is because you know you're not being the best version of you that you can be. That discomfort is trying to move you from where you're at to where you belong. Your destiny is greatness. And you know this on the inside, and that voice just keeps on calling. And you're never going to have the peace until you go become who you are supposed to be. Now we're going to set this change in motion for you right now. I want you to say this with me. I want you to say this out loud. I am ready to change my life. I am willing and committed to going all in and fully committed to doing the things that it takes to become the person I was meant to be. And that starts right now. All excuses stop right now. I will not, from this point forward, point the blame at anybody else for my own destiny. I will take responsibility for who I want to be. I will get up every day and work toward that person that I know that I am on the inside. I pledge with all my actions allegiance. I will search deep down inside for a why that will allow me to run through walls with it, because I will not be denied. Champions put in place the habits and daily rituals that manufacture success. They push themselves constantly to the point of pain, and by refusing to tap out to that pain, they eventually give birth to greatness. Pain. There's no match for a real champion. The legends understand to be a winner. One must be comfortable at being uncomfortable. The dark, the unknown, the fears that stop each and every one of us must be faced and faced alone. For the more we go through the fire, the more refined we become. Those struggles, trials, and tribulations, they mold and shape us. Prepare us for the calling and events to come. We learn to perform under stress, under duress, and without hesitation. Because perfect practice consistently makes one perfect all the time. The inner standard of a champion sets them apart from the masses, the wannabes, and the uncommitted. Legends refuse to settle for mediocrity. For them, being average is the plague and totally unacceptable. Champions go all in all the time, not just on game day. When the practice is over for the team, the work for the champion just begins. They understand the process and what is required to be elite, to be great, to be the best. It requires obsession, passion, focus, and an unbelievable work ethic. Sweat becomes the friend of the one persistent. Success is available to anybody that is willing to work for it. Success can only be bought with the currency of hard work. And champions refuse to concede to anything less than leaving every ounce of themselves on the practice field. The weight room, the classroom, whatever champions do, they carry that same inner standard of greatness with them. They don't turn it on and off depending on where they're at. It is constant. They never enter an environment without it. To stand next to them is to be infected. Their commitment inspires, strengthens, and impacts everyone who comes in contact with them. They are the leaders, not by word, but by actions. They set the example for their teammates and exemplify the message. Blessed and unstoppable. They've adopted the same mindset of the ones who held up the championship trophies before them. And they continue to carry the torch so that the standard is never forgotten. Pain, defeat, and rejection are scared to come near these supermen who conquer loss with a vengeance. They fight, claw, and scratch until every second runs off the clock. Failure is not an option for them. They never quit, never concede, and never give up. Champions become phenomenal by mastering the basics day in and day out. They do the little things. Well, they take nothing for granted. They take no shortcuts. They do it the right way all day, every day, or they don't do it at all. The grades are so focused. that they become immune to all distractions, and by discipline in their mind, they stay ready for the opportunity. And when that opportunity comes, they seize it with hunger. They feed on competition, chew on hard work, and drink sweat for replenishment. Only the strongest survive. This is the survival of the fittest. Most people are too comfortable with being good to ever be great. Easy is the breeding ground for complacency, and champions notice, therefore they smash all traces of it from their life. They shut the door to anyone who shows average mercy. When vision procreates with hard work, dreams become a reality, and to give up is to commit abortion on the life one could have had. Winning requires understanding every aspect that you're in the best way to. Do that is to look in the mirror. It's you versus you. How bad do you want it? Do you want to be a champion? I mean, do you really want to be a champion? I mean, a champion in all walks of life, every area. Let your grind, your work ethic, your execution speak for you. See, champions, no, there is no all season. All season is the season. And this is the same, not just in sports, but in business, in relationships, in your spiritual life. Don't quit how to stay motivated and achieve your dreams. Do I have weakness? I am nothing but weakness. I'm not naturally strong or fast or flexible. I'm certainly not the smartest person in the world. I get emotional over stupid things. I eat the wrong foods. I don't sleep enough. I procrastinate and I waste time. I care too much about meaningless things and not enough about important things. My ego is too big. My mind is too small, often trapped inside itself. Now, all that being said, I have a saying, a person's strength is often their biggest weakness, but their weaknesses can become strengths. I don't accept that I am what I am and that is what I am doomed to be. I'm fighting. I'm always fighting. I'm struggling and I'm scraping and kicking and clawing at those weaknesses to change them, to stop them. Some days I win, but some days I don't. But each and every day I get back up and I move forward with my fists clenched toward the battle, toward the struggle, and I fight with everything. I've got to overcome those weaknesses and those shortfalls and those flaws as I strive to be just a little bit better today than I was yesterday. I can tell you everything I've done. The only thing I can't do is grind for you. What's the difference between a gazelle and what's the difference between the lion? The gazelle is running from something, and that's a lot of you in this room. You will run. You'll do what you're supposed to do as long as you're getting pushed. But as soon as that stops, you stop. So you got to ask yourself, what's your why? What motivates you? What pushes you? What drives you? Every opportunity is the last opportunity. Every opportunity, I have to reprove myself again. Every opportunity, I'm still nervous. E.T., you've been doing this for years. Why are you so nervous? Because the day you become content, the day you stop evaluating yourself, the day you stop growing, the day you stop getting better is the day you die, is the day the person who's trying to catch you will get you. I'm here to tell you today, if you got A's, somebody came to my office the other day crying. I said, look, don't cry to give up. Cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain. You already hurt. Get a reward from it. Fight. Go down swinging. And I'll tell you, if you fight with all you have, more often than not, you won't go down at all. You will win. But you have to make that attitude a part of your everyday life. Do the extra repetition. Run the extra mile. Go the extra round. Make the right choices. Give the full measure. Make yourself stronger mentally and physically. Stand and fight. Fight against weakness, against fear, against time, and against decay. Fight back. Go down swinging. Give every day everything you've got. And when you face a challenge, even something you don't believe you can win, or a situation where you know you cannot win, remember this, you have nothing to lose. So stand up, go forward, go out in a blaze of glory, fighting with everything. You've got every ounce of energy, every bead of sweat, every drop of blood until your last breath. And then only then you stand down. If you're going to be successful in this game, you got to have a dog within you. When you got to know it's a dog fight and you got to go get that fight. Life ain't going to be easy. Ain't nobody going to hand you nothing. Just because you got a degree, you think because you got a degree and you wrote a book, they're about to buy it out to you. That's just step one. Boo in this game. Good people can't really handle them on the level that someone who's great is. So you're praying for greatness and a problem comes and you're running from the problem. You don't understand that it isn't solving the problem. You don't understand that when you solve that problem, you solve something that a 2 other million people couldn't solve. And so once you solved it, that solving the problem elevated you. The longer you wait, the longer you wait. I'm being real. The longer you wait to get started and just start grinding, the longer you're going to wait to get to the other side and get that reward. There's nothing wrong with the opportunity. You're not giving 120. You've given 70, you've given 60, you've given 50. And you want what these people who given sweats, who's given blood, who's given tears, you want what they paid for, and it ain't free. It takes both emotion and logic to reach your maximum potential, to really give everything. You have to go beyond your limits, because emotion and logic will both reach their limitations. And when one fails, you need to rely on the other. When it just doesn't make any logical sense to go on, that's when you use your emotion, your anger, your frustration, your fear to push further, to push you to say one thing: I don't stop. When your feelings are screaming that you have had enough, you think you are going to break emotionally, override that emotion with concrete logic and willpower that says one thing: I don't stop. Fight the weakness of logic with the power of emotion. And in the balance of those two, you will find the strength and the tenacity and the guts to say to yourself, I don't stop. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up and get to where you're supposed to be. The Bible says he was in a pig pen and he came to himself and he went home. Get your butt up. You are a royal priesthood. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. You don't quit now. It's the 10th round. You got 2 more to go. And when you get to success, it's not about skill. When you get to a certain level, it's about stamina. It's about stamina. It's about, you won't break me. You can't take me. I fought too long. I fought too hard. If I was going to quit singing, you should have got me at 17. You should have broke me a long time ago. I'm unbreakable now. Fight, 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 and fight. And most of you won't be successful, not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new you. I don't talk to me like that. I guarantee you, I ain't no loser. I don't know what losing is. When I was a kid, I knew what it was. When I was a kid, I was a hattie. When I was a kid, I ate out of a bag, slept in abandoned buildings, ate out of trash cans. When I was a kid, my old dude wasn't in my life. I'm a grown man now. All I do is win. It ain't a song, no matter what. It's hard for you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, man, the light's at the end of the tunnel. If you keep walking, if you keep making one good choice or 2 good choices will always bring amazing opportunities. I promise you, man, things will get better. It won't be microwave. It won't be overnight. It won't be instantaneous. I know we work that, but it's not. Greatness takes time. When you build something with a foundation, with choices and character, you see characters, everything in life, your attitude is going to really determine your altitude. When you learn to have responsibility and respect and integrity and be punctual. Let me share with you the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life, and it took me years to do. And that was to believe. That it was possible to believe that I could do it. Given my circumstances, born in an abandoned building on the floor, being adopted, being labeled educable, mentally retarded, failing twice in school, no college training, never worked for a major corporation to believe. Never thought about something you wanted to do and you talk yourself out of it. There's a proverb that says, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside can do it. That's why it's important that you make it a point and you never stop, because once you stop, that's when those negative thoughts will come back. Once you stop, that's when you will begin to doubt yourself. Once you stop, I'm telling you what I know. Yes, every day it's a selling job on you. It's possible. I can do this. I can make this happen. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. It's possible. Feed your mind with me words that you write and words that you hear and words that you speak to yourself. Feed your faith and your doubts will starve to death. Say to yourself, it's possible, it's possible, it's possible. Even when you have no evidence to point to, say to yourself, it's possible. There's nothing as powerful as a made-up mind. What's up, everyone? It's your boy back again with a message that I believe has the power to change your life. Are you tired of feeling like you're just going through the motions, existing but not truly living? Do you feel a flicker of greatness within you, a spark yearning to ignite, but stifled by the shadows of fear and self-doubt? I've been there, and I know countless others are there right now, feeling trapped, unfulfilled, and yearning for something more. Well, let me tell you something, you are not alone. Inside each and every one of us lies the potential for extraordinary things, the capacity to achieve greatness beyond our wildest dreams. But too often, we allow that potential to remain dormant, buried beneath layers of insecurity, limiting beliefs, and the relentless pursuit of external validation. We chase fleeting pleasures, seeking solace in the temporary high of instant gratification, only to find ourselves empty, unfulfilled, and still yearning for something more. We become slaves to our own insecurities, trapped in a cycle of mediocrity, never truly experiencing the joy and fulfillment that comes from living a life of purpose and passion. The truth is, real fulfillment, lasting joy doesn't come from what you acquire, but from who you become. It doesn't reside in external acquisitions or the fleeting approval of others. It resides within you, in the depths of your being, in the unwavering pursuit of your purpose, in the relentless dedication to your dreams. It's about cultivating a mindset of growth, of resilience, of unwavering belief in your own potential. It's about embracing the journey, the struggles, the setbacks, knowing that they are the very experiences that shape us, that mold us, that transform us into the individuals we are destined to become. As the renowned philosopher Aristotle wisely stated, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. It's time to break free from the shackles of bad habits, to cultivate the habits of excellence, to nurture the seeds of greatness within, and to embark on a journey of self-discovery and transformation. It's time to stop merely existing and start truly living. Now, many of you have heard me say before, and I'll say it again, because it's a message that bears repeating: when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. But what ignites that burning desire, that unwavering commitment to our goals? It's the profound understanding of our why, the intrinsic motivation that propels us forward, the realization that our journey is about something greater than ourselves. So I ask you, what's your why? What gets you out of bed in the morning? What fuels your fire? What is the driving force behind your ambitions? If you can't answer these questions, it's time to do some soul searching, to delve deep within and discover the values that truly resonate with your being, the values that will serve as your compass, guiding you towards a life of purpose and fulfillment. If you find yourself questioning your path, if you're not living the life you envision, it's time to take a long, hard look in the mirror and ask yourself some tough questions. Why am I not where I want to be? What's truly holding me back? What are the self-sabotaging behaviors, the limiting beliefs, the insidious whispers of self-doubt that keep me chained to mediocrity? What needs to change? And most importantly, what am I willing to do to create the life I desire? Are you tired of attracting the wrong people into your life, replaying the same dysfunctional relationship patterns, trapped in a cycle of heartbreak and disappointment? Are you neglecting your health, sacrificing your well-being for the fleeting pleasures of instant gratification, trapped in a cycle of broken promises and fleeting bursts of motivation? Are you procrastinating on your dreams, allowing fear to paralyze you, to keep you confined within the stifling walls of your comfort zone, preventing you from taking the necessary leaps of faith to pursue your true calling? The answers to these questions, my friends, lie within you. They're not out there somewhere waiting to be discovered. They're buried within you, waiting to be unearthed. The key to unlocking your potential is not to seek external solutions, but to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to confront the root causes of your struggles, and to make the necessary changes to align your actions with your deepest values, with the vision you hold for your life. I've spent years studying successful individuals from all walks of life, from various backgrounds, with different skill sets and pursuing diverse paths. And you know what I found? They all share one common denominator: unwavering commitment to their why. A deep-seated understanding of their purpose and a relentless pursuit of their goals, fueled by an intrinsic fire that burns brightly within. They don't chase fleeting trends or seek external validation. They focus on cultivating inner strength, on building a solid foundation based on their core values, and on pursuing their passions with unwavering dedication. They understand that true success is not measured by material wealth or external accolades, but by the impact they make on the world, by the legacy they leave behind. They are driven by a force greater than themselves, a force that emanates from the depths of their being, a force that propels them forward with unstoppable momentum. These individuals aren't superhuman, they're not immune to challenges or setbacks, but what sets them apart is their ability to navigate those challenges with resilience, to learn from their mistakes, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more determined than ever before. They don't allow their emotions to dictate their actions. They are guided by principles, by unwavering convictions that serve as a compass, directing their path, even amidst the fiercest storms of adversity. They understand that feelings are ephemeral, that emotions can be treacherous, but principles are steadfast, providing a bedrock of stability in the ever-shifting sands of life. As Viktor Frankl profoundly stated, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Remember the story of the young man from Detroit, raised in challenging circumstances, navigating a world that often told him he wasn't enough. He faced the same obstacles, the same systemic disadvantages that so many others face. But he refused to let his circumstances define him. He refused to accept the limitations imposed upon him by his environment. He chose to rewrite his narrative, to forge his own path, to become the architect of his own destiny. He embraced the power of his why, the burning desire to prove to himself and to the world that he was capable of achieving greatness. And he did. His story is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a testament to the transformative power of a strong why. It's a story that reminds us that our circumstances don't have to define us, that our past doesn't have to dictate our future. We all have the power within us to rise above our challenges, to break free from the limitations that hold us back, and to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. So I ask you again, what's your why? What is the driving force behind your ambitions? What is the legacy you want to leave behind? Don't wait for permission, give it to yourself. Don't wait for opportunity, create it. Don't wait for someday, start today. The time is now, the power is within you. Unleash it, and never ever give up on your dreams. Outro music fades in. This version is structured more like a YouTube motivational speech with a conversational tone, personal anecdotes, and a clear call to action. It incorporates elements of storytelling and emphasizes the importance of self-reflection and identifying one's why. It also uses shorter sentences and paragraphs, which are more suitable for spoken delivery and audience engagement. Remember to adjust the tone and delivery to match your personal style and connect authentically with your audience.